la distribuzione ce l'aspettiamo abbastanza uniforme, diventi produzione WW. Se ci sono tra questi, tra i nostri dati degli eventi dovuti all'X, ci aspettiamo che si distribuiscano dove c'è questa piccola simulazione in rosso, cioè una frazione molto bassa di eventi potrebbe essere dovuta a X, qui abbiamo l'esperta, e se è così ci aspettiamo che siano prevalentemente angoli più bassi rispetto a angoli molto alti. Vedete che mentre il rosso non si vede completamente di là, si comincia a vedere chiaramente qua. È la simulazione della frazioncina di eventi con X, cioè il padre dell'evento simulata. Mentre questo verde è quello che ci aspettiamo come distribuzione di eventi di fondo nel campione dei dati. E qui, volendo, semmai c'è un trend che ce ne fa vedere qualcosa di più alto angolo. I fondi di altra fisica considerati sono prevalentemente dovuti a produzione di Z0 e di campione TT barra. Noi non ne abbiamo parlato oggi, ma è altra fisica. Alcuni di noi addirittura fanno proprio quella misura lì e buttano via quello che per noi è interessante. Quindi quando si parla di fondo è spazzatura rispetto al nostro obiettivo, ma il fondo è fisica molte volte anche quello, oppure dovuto a diciamo, problematiche legate al detector o a altro. Quello che è stato incluso qua dentro è il fondo, cioè il falso segnale dovuto a questi due canali di fisica interessanti pubblicati da Atlas, ma da altre persone. Allora, questo è il nostro risultato.
During a long run, where the proton beam might circulate for up to 10 hours, how far will these protons have traveled? So, assuming that they haven't interacted. A, the distance from CERN to the Sun and back. B, the distance from CERN to Neptune and back. C, the distance from CERN to the center of Geneva. Or D, the distance around the circumference of the Earth. So, and time is running.
This is quite difficult.
It is, but I think one answer is quite obviously wrong.
Yeah, you know, Geneva is like 20 minutes by tram. So.
Yeah. Okay, stop. And the correct answer is B, the distance from CERN to Neptune and back. The protons travel quite fast, so they almost travel with the speed of light. So of course they travel also quite, or could travel quite far. And so distance in Neptune, it's pretty
10
far.
hours with speed of light. It's quite far. So, and the last question, this is a bit tricky, but it's doable. I think even on what you learned today, you should be able to do it. So, which is the most common elementary particle in your body? If you think from what elements you are and what particles are in you. So the possible answers are A, up quark, B is down quark, C could be electron, and D could be bottom quark. I think you heard all these particles today. So just think about which particle there is most in your body. And you have now timer, few seconds to think about it.
Yeah, that's the question for the experts.
Actually, chemistry is more important here than physics.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So the right answer is answer A, up quark. I told you it's a bit tricky, so here, if you want to think about what elements you are made of, it's mostly like carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. And they have a bit more protons than neutrons, let's say. And protons are 2 up quarks and 1 down quark. So like that, kind of not very precise, but you can get the right answer. So this was the quiz. We did 7 questions. So did somebody get to the highest possible energy? Did somebody reach the 70 eV? Can you wave? Don't worry, you don't get grades. Just want to know if you learn.
Nobody's waving?
No, it's a bit difficult. I mean, even for me, the test first time was difficult, but I hope that you got some of the answers right. How many did you get? I see somebody happy there in Italy. But I'm sure that you got much more answers than you would have got yesterday.
So in Barcelona, some have reached 6 correct answers. That's the maximum.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
In
I told
we
you.
have in Paris, we have 5 girls that got 7 answers correctly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Your hands, they're here.
Oh, wow.
Very
Here,
good.
here no one answer right all the question, but someone do 6 right. So
That's also pretty good.
Yeah, told you it's quite difficult, but you know, it's just so you kind of see how much you learned today, because I'm pretty sure that yesterday on these questions it would be much more difficult to answer without learning so much today.
Okay.
So let's move on to the last part.
Yeah, we have time for questions.
Yeah.
Do you have any question? It does matter whether it concerns physics, what you have done today, or maybe even how is it to be at CERN? How is it to live at CERN? Or especially since today it's we have a special girls masterclass. How is it to be at CERN as a woman? Okay, so ask us all your questions. Since we can't talk all at the same time, I would say we start with one group and then yeah, go to the next one so that everyone has a chance to ask questions.
And then we see how much more time we have left and if you still want to speak with us.
Yeah. Okay, so I would suggest to start with Prague again. They were always the first of today, so okay, Prague, are you ready to ask us questions?
Also, you can speak to the other groups. You can ask what's the weather in Italy.
yeah, pretty good.
So, yeah?
It's cloudy and it's raining.
Oh,
Okay, that said, we had a little of snow in the morning, yeah, but it's already melted. Okay, do you have any questions for us?
Yes. We would like to know how is a typical day at CERN.
Okay, how is a typical day? So,
For a woman.
you come here. Me, it's I switch on my computer. My computer is the most important thing I use every day, maybe besides my brain.
Yeah.
And first maybe checking emails. We get quite a lot of emails, and then mainly I analyze data. So pretty similar to what you have done, but instead of looking at pictures, I write code. So a program who analyzes the data for me, so that I don't have to look at all of the pictures. And then usually there is a meeting. We always have meetings similar to the meeting we have now, where we discuss our ideas, share our results, and plan the future. So yeah, that's a typical day. Maybe some coffee breaks in between where we can.
Yeah, usually you need to speak with colleagues, and it's nicer to have a coffee. For me, it's sometimes more difficult because I do also some hardware stuff, and you know, somebody has to run the detector and build it. So sometimes I spend 8 hours of my day really in the control room, just taking care of that we take the data and that everything works there. Or there are some friends who do electronics, who are testing stuff, who are, you know, building the future detectors and so on. So it really depends on what you do.
Exactly, and we don't only have physicists here.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of engineers. And
we are two physicists, but we have a lot of engineers who really, as you said, they build the future detectors, or also repair the detector we have now. Sometimes things don't work as expected. And we also have a lot of IT people here who take care that we can work and our data is stored properly and we can work with it. And
so actually the life is nice. Sometimes I am fine, okay, I want to do analysis. Sometimes I can read up and try to write the paper I have to write and so on. So it's not every day the same. It's actually nice that you change.
Okay, I hope this answers your question. Do you have another question for us? Or someone else from Prague?
Tell us.
I want to ask, we saw today the schedule for Atlas, and we saw that in 2019 there will be a stop. So what are you doing when the Atlas doesn't work?
Well, the stop is because of LHC, because also the accelerator needs sometimes longer time to do fixes, or actually they do improvements. So they sometimes install additional stuff for the accelerator. And also on Atlas, we are going to do some fixes to the detector. We are going to replace some parts, really the pieces of detector and some cabling to improve the detector. So there is a lot of work even if there is no data taking. And of course, we still analyze the data which are taken, so it is always work.
Also at the moment, we are in a stop, in a quite short stop, so we will start again
in May.
In May, probably. So also now we repair a little bit, and because when the detector and the accelerator are running, we can't access them, so we can't repair anything, we can't go to the detector and fix things.
It's quite radioactive in there.
Exactly, so too dangerous. But now we can do this, and that's pretty nice. It's nice to really see it, and also to have the chance to prepare it.
Actually, for the 2019, there is a plan. There are a lot of visits now that everything is shut down, so you can come. If you come, until May, I can still guide you downstairs to see the plus detector. And in 2019, there will be again, I think, open days. So it's 2 or 3 days where there are a lot of visits, a lot of public coming to CERN. So if you want to see the LHC, come, you can.
Okay. Do we have time for a final question from Prague?
Somebody else has a question?
Yeah, there.
Hello there. I wondered how many women are there actually working at CERN? Because, well, the technical field is probably where the most men are, and don't women in there feel a little bit discriminated? Are their ideas, sorry, are their ideas considered as important as men's?
I don't have actual numbers. I think we are 20% women.
That's about the girls who are doing PhD. Then, of course, with family and with longer in career, of the really professor and of the really senior ladies, there is a bit less. But CERN is really hard working on getting girls in science and keeping them.
Yeah, exactly.
There are programs for that, actually.
Yeah, so like today, I think the problem now is not that girls are discriminated and that they are told don't do this. It's more like many girls think it's a job for a man. It's not a job for a woman. But don't be afraid of this.
Yeah, actually,
I know.
You
can do this if you like it. You can do it. It's not like as a girl you can't do it. That's wrong. So we really want to encourage you to think about a career in physics or in general in science.
Yeah, actually for that I also heard girl, okay, you can do math or analysis, but I know so many really programmers and girls who design electronics, who are electronics engineers, or they're designing the accelerators. So actually a lot of girls do very good job here, and CERN is trying to support it. And there are small programs like after maternity leave, after you have babies, there is a special program to try to get the girls back to work for CERN.
Yeah, okay, it's maybe a little bit far in the future for you, but
it's possible, and
You
we
see.
know we know we try to work on it, so it's nice. And it's not like I never met any colleague who would tell me you cannot do this because you are a girl, so it's not really discrimination.
exactly. I feel really appreciated by all of my male colleagues, so it's very nice to work here as a woman.
And also, like in my institute in Prague, the colleagues are usually nice, so it works.
Okay.
Good.
So thanks to Prague, I would say we switch first to another group so that they also have the chance. And if we still have time afterwards, we come back to you. So next is Paris.
Do you have any questions for us or for the other groups?
No?
Okay, they don't have any questions. So maybe they will have later, but at the moment they don't have any questions. Yeah, no, you know, yeah, there's one.
Okay.
I just wanted to know which studies we have to make after the exam, the final exam, to be a scientist like you. Just so
The studies you need to do after high school.
I know
Become
in France study 12 years after the bac.
it's a bit less, 8 years
Yes,
after the diploma, the high school diploma. So when you get the high school diploma, and then she was wondering what kind of studies you have to do afterwards. So in France, it will be typically 3 years of bachelor, 2 of master, and then you have to do a PhD like they are doing a thesis. So maybe you can tell us if it's the same in other countries. Yes.
Well, it's quite similar in other countries too. So yeah, it depends a little bit. Sometimes the bachelor is a little bit shorter or longer, and the master is shorter or longer. And you don't necessarily have to do a PhD. So especially if you want to go in a or if you want to go in the engineering field,
Or
maybe
applied
do
physics,
more hardware stuff, then you don't necessarily need a PhD.
Yeah.
But of course, a PhD is also a nice opportunity to learn and study more. And but also before, as a master student, you already have the opportunity to come to CERN. There's a special program. It's called the CERN Summer Students Program. And when you have studied 3 years physics, engineering,
science,
math,
or something like
related.
Actually, even
fields.
like civil engineering, you can be architect or
Or even
radiation damage. Yeah.
Education and in the field of physics. You can come to CERN, stay here for up to 3 months, work in a group, get a little project, and really work together with scientists and get a feeling for how it is to be here, to work here, and can find out whether you like it. And
for this you can be really, I know people who do chemical engineering at CERN or chemistry analysis, who do civil engineering or electronics, or really a lot of fields which need here, we need lawyers, and we need people who do the exhibitions and who speak to public and so on. So you don't just have to be physicists. There is a lot of jobs, and you can come to CERN.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have other questions from Paris?
Are they still connected?
I don't know. They're a bit frozen.
Yeah.
Hello. I just wanted to ask which high schools did you go, both of you, in order to do your PhD, your bachelor and master?
So I did something similar to the French lycée, which was specialized a bit on mathematics, but it just meant we had few more classes on mathematics on high school, and then I did a bachelor and master on physics because I liked it. So.
Yeah, for me it was quite similar. So I went to high school in Germany, and it was also a little bit more into the field of math and science, but it wasn't a really specialized high school. So don't fear if you don't go to such a kind of high school. You still can start to study in science. And then in my case there wasn't the bachelor master. I still have a diploma, so this was the previous thing we had before the bachelor and master. And I did this in Germany too. And
yeah, more or less the Europe is kind of similar.
Yeah, that's true.
Like England has a bit different system, but whatever you pick, most universities are very good level, and then you pick on somebody who works more at CERN or on some experiments. And already my bachelor thesis was on Atlas, even if it was still before LHC started, but I was doing analysis of some simulations, so you can do it already.
Yeah, I think the only important thing is if you decide to go into particle physics, then choose a university which also offers particle physics, because physics is not physics. We have many different fields. We have solid state physics, medicine physics,
or optics,
all
the nice
so many stuff. And not every university offers all of these fields. So just check on the webpage maybe what they are offering, and then choose the university you like best.
Quite often they actually do programs for high school, and well, I know my university is trying to do small projects already for high school students, so the people then.
That's true. Okay, so thanks for the question. Do you have any other question from Paris? You're still a bit frozen.
Yeah, sorry, the connection to Paris.
Sorry, but I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we should move to Barcelona. So Barcelona, any questions?
Barcelona, there are no more questions from the students, but maybe I could just ask you, how do you like your experience of working at CERN? What does it mean for you?
Well, for me it's awesome because I love this place. I love CERN as a history. As if you think about when it was founded as a laboratory in 50s, they still didn't know most of the particles we know today. They didn't know quark. They knew proton, neutron, electron, and that's all. Like all it's such a fast development and all the discoveries and everything you can do. So it's awesome to be in this place. If you have an idea, they are like, okay, let's try to measure that. Let's try new ideas. Let's try to find something else. So it's actually nice to work here because I know I can maybe contribute to something big. I don't know, but maybe in 10 years somebody will discover something big in the data. So it's really exciting, and you always have the new things. It's not that you do some laboratory with stuff we already know. We don't know what is the result. So it's very nice. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, and what I really like is here we have so many people here from all over the world. So you don't only have people from your home country, you meet people from everywhere. And that's super nice. You not only learn something about physics, you also learn something about different cultures. And this interaction with other people from our countries, that's really nice and it's really inspiring. And I like this mixture, and we can work and study here without any borders, without any conflicts. So this is really nice. Even people from countries which are maybe have problems, political problems, they can come here and work together in peace. This is really nice. It's a really cool thing. And that's what makes CERN so special and a really unique place. So I really like it here. It's nice. Okay, do you have any other question?
No, thank you.
Okay,
nice.
Thanks to you. So let's move to Cosenza. I can't really pronounce it, so let's move to Italy.
I think it's Cosenza.
Yes. I would like to ask you a more personal question, maybe. we asked if you personally know Fabiola Gianotti, and if yes, how's your relation with her, and how is she not as scientist but as woman? And another curious question was who is the youngest and the oldest to work at CERN, because we know we studied a lot of, really a lot of people worked there, and so thanks.
Yes, that's a very interesting question. So yes, you're right. Just to explain even the other groups, so CERN has about 2,000 people employed, but there are about 10,000 other people who just come. Like, for example, I'm not employed by CERN, but I'm employed by my university and I'm here visiting. So you really meet thousands of people here. And I know Fabiola is a bit celebrity in Italy. My husband is Italian, so I know about Fabiola, and she's always in news and so. And she was spokesperson of Atlas before she was elected the DG. So I met her once or twice when I was in control room when we were starting Atlas and when there was new beam. And I don't know, she's a nice person, always smiling and kind. I never worked with her or did analysis, and now she's very busy. Every time I see her, she's just with some politicians for lunch and so on, because she's got a lot of stuff. But you meet any people here, actually. For the young and old, there is Italian pair, lady and a gentleman scientists. Their name is Fidecaro, Maria and Giuseppe. And they met at CERN in 1954, if I remember, and they're still around. So some of the old people, they still come to CERN and, help the library to archive photos and still help students.
Yeah, so that's really adorable. So they were really involved in the first experiment we had here at CERN, and they are still around. Yeah. I don't know how old they are, but...
Oh, well over 90, I think.
Yeah. But so, they're still around. That's really nice. And the youngest people,
I think the high school students. We have some internships sometimes for students who come for work placement in France or in Geneva, and sometimes we meet them in the control room where they work for a few days to learn.
Or also, we have a special lab just for high school students. It's called School Lab. So maybe you can come with your school group here and have some little experiments
and learn some more about particles. Yeah,
exactly. You can build your own particle detector. I did it too once, and it was really nice. And so, if you are interested in this, you can find out more on the CERN webpage about this.
And just come for visit, and we try to do it in your language. So I would guide Slovak and Czech students. So we really try to explain you more in your language, and you have nice 1.5 or 1 day visit to CERN.
Yeah, and in between those ages we have all ages represented.
And a lot of students, actually, a lot of young people.
Exactly, a lot of students. So it's CERN is quite young, and it's a really lively group of people.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, and I think it's perfect timing, actually, that we should slowly finish.
Yeah, that's true. We are already a little bit over time, but I hope you all liked it, even with the little problems we had with the video conference.
Yeah, sorry for that. Sometimes it just doesn't work so well.
Okay, so
I hope you enjoyed today and all the program you had from your institutes and speaking to other groups now. So I hope we answered some of your questions. In case you have more, just ask the tutors you had today, or try to Google and maybe try to visit us at CERN or read more information, and you can maybe come to work here one day.
Yeah, and if you like it that much that you really think about a career in physics, do so. Don't be afraid. It might be tough. It is tough. It's true.
Yeah,
but it's also really rewarding. It's a very interesting field to work in, and So
yeah, and good luck. So just
Yeah.
finish your high school and
go for it.
pick something you are interested in, and don't listen to somebody who is telling you no. Become a teacher. You can, or any other job.
You can do anything you want to do.
Hmm?
So thanks to all of you. I think we say goodbye now. Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you.
Sure.